Hey, what's going on? We are right back at you, coming off the second window, round one of AfroBasket. This is 2021. We're leading to 2021 AfroBasket. And we have a lot to talk about.
Shall we start with Group A?
All right, let's do it. Group A.
So Group A, recap: Tunisia, Central African Republic, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Madagascar. So as expected, Tunisia 3-0 had a great and very efficient tournament. They topped the net ratings that were released yesterday. And I was surprised. The game that surprised me the most was DRC versus Central African Republic. I thought this would be a lot closer, and I actually tipped Central African Republic to win this game just through experience because there was a lot of new faces in the DRC team. So congrats to them for getting the win here. What were your thoughts on Group A?
Tunisia. I mean, we all knew they're pretty much the usual suspects. I call them the usual suspects. We knew they were going to do great, and they did just that. They handled their business, came out there, played incredible basketball. They have a lot of veterans in there. I can't say I really know because I'm a newbie, you know that. But from just watching them and watching those guys play, I can tell they've been around for a while. And they're really comfortable playing out there. They're really, really comfortable, and they impose their will on different teams. So I enjoyed watching them.
I think what was exciting probably about Tunisia was to see some of their new guys. They had a lot of rookies in that team, but led by veterans like Ben Romdan, El Mabrouk, and obviously Abada. These guys all performed as expected, but the rookies did a great job as well. So they're integrating well into the system. I also think shout out to DRC, who had limited preparation, but they showed glimpses of potential, and they actually really took it to Tunisia. That was probably my second exciting match in that group. If DRC can cut the turnovers and find some offense, I think, because their defense isn't that bad. They're big. They got a lot of shot blockers, guys who can get steals. I think if they can work on their offense, they'll be able to start challenging teams like Tunisia.
Well, Coach Liz, you brought up a really good point right there. You talked about turnovers. Tell me a team that did not commit a lot of turnovers.
Oh man, I think I haven't put all these stats together, but generally teams were averaging maybe 20 turnovers a game. I think maybe Tunisia and I want to say Senegal. No, Senegal had like 26 turnovers in that first game. So a lot of teams, it was messy. It was ugly.
Yes, it was. Pretty sloppy at times.
Yeah, second round, I expect the team that can cut this down is really going to help themselves.
True. Could this be because of the lack of preparations? Is it because, most teams just haven't had time to play together? Maybe that's why we've seen a lot of turnovers, huh?
Yeah, a lot of these rosters have a lot of new faces on them. They don't have the same kind of team that Tunisia or even Egypt who have that consistency because of local players. Teams like Nigeria, Senegal, to an extent, only come together 3 days and then boom, game time. And so you're going to see players don't fit well together just yet, and that's causing turnovers.
True. I did enjoy watching DRC also. Shout outs to Omari and that team out there. They, I think they have a chance. They have. Can you? And again, I don't want to jump to probably the next segment of what we're going to be talking about. Can you explain to me just one more time, because I'm sure some of the people watching right now also do not know, how do they advance? So who exactly advances to the next before we break down all the different groups?
All 20 teams now are going to play again in February. So they play each other in their groups again. And then the top 3 teams from each group progress to AfroBasket 2021. So one team from each group is going home.
But not in the first round.
4 more years
to
participate again.
Okay, so you mean right now, let's say Mozambique is going back home?
No, so they get another chance in the second round. Everybody progresses to the second round.
Okay. And then the team that's at the bottom, number
Fourth?
4, that's the one that goes home after the second
Definitely.
round.
Yeah.
The second round of the second window.
No,
Lord.
so it'll be the second round, third window.
Third window. So, okay. All right. Treat me like a little kid here, all right? No problem at all, because I feel like that right now. So the first window, for instance, was the Cameroon, right?
Yes.
That was the first window, that round, meaning that round,
Yeah.
right?
That was round 1, window 1.
Okay. All right. So now we on round 1, window 2.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay. All right. So, yeah. So now DRC is still going to make it, right? I think they've won enough games, even if they are to lose. How many more games they got to play? It's 2 more games, right?
Basically, the teams who are 3-0 only need to win 1 more game in February and they qualify. Teams who have won 2 need to win 2. Teams who've won 1 need to win 2 or 3. And teams who are 0-3 need to basically win 3-0. Or alternatively, if you look at, say, Kenya's group, Mozambique group, which is Group B, Kenya would have to lose to Mozambique by more than they beat them to go home.
Wow.
So that's why Group B is going to be interesting, because if Mozambique come out and lose to Senegal and Angola, and Kenya lose to Senegal and Angola, Mozambique would have to beat Kenya by, I think, 24 points to go through on a point difference.
Wow.
So It gets tight. But then what
really
happens
tight.
for some reason Mozambique happens to beat Senegal, and then Kenya loses both games. So that puts pressure on whoever wins their game goes through. So there's a lot of scenarios.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, it gets interesting. Now, there's a slight should I say, if Rwanda loses, they still
yes.
advance because they're hosting, right? But if
So-
they win, what happens?
Okay, so if Rwanda ends up in the top 3 of their group, they're currently 4th.
Right.
So say they go out and beat Mali and South Sudan in the next round and they finish 3rd. So the top 3 teams in Group D go through and there's 1 wild card that can be spread amongst the 5 groups. So someone in the 4th position in another group might get a wild card. Say
And
for
how do you
some,
get it?
and the wild card will generally be awarded to the most experienced loser. So someone who's got AfroBasket
okay, wait a minute. So wait a
and have
minute.
just missed out.
It's not. You don't get it out of merit. You get it. You're elected, meaning that okay, we like this
there's a
team. We think
criteria.
this team. Right.
It's up to FIBA Africa basically to decide who gets the wild card. But if
Why?
Rwanda, well, it's their tournament at the end of the day, so they're allowed to make the rules. They've made some interesting decisions in the past regarding these wild cards, so expect the unexpected.
What? Okay.
Yeah. But
All
I
right.
need to say, so Karabani, that if Rwanda finishes 4th in their group, they get the wild card as hosts, and so the wild
Automatically,
card
right.
is taken off the table.
And that makes a lot of sense. I mean, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
But then to have it, if they win, then you have FIBA choose whatever team they like. I mean, come on. Okay.
Yeah. It's not the best system, but for example, back in the day, Senegal often didn't qualify through their zone for AfroBasket because a lot of their players were overseas, and so they didn't qualify. And because it's Senegal and they know what caliber of players they can get in, they used to get the wild card.
So they give it to the usual suspects, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay. All right. Now that system, I don't know. That system is a little suspect to me.
It is what it is.
I guess so. It's their tournament. Like, as you put it, it's their tournament. Okay,
But-
so that's for Group A, right? So I'm sure a lot of people understand now. I have a better understanding also.